Hey everyone, so as you can see I am at the farm. So today's video is going to be on how to store your lawn tractor for the winter time. This is a video that I've been wanting to do this for quite some time, but I just hadn't had the time to do it until now. So as you just see, I got most of the mowing all done. There's just very little that I have left. So the plan is to just run all the gas out of the mower. As you can see, I'm getting pretty close from running out for doing that. And so the things that we're going to need for on getting your lawn tractor stored for the winter is, of course, this is more of an option, but primarily my preferred method is some true fuel or any brand of engineered fuel. It doesn't matter whether if it's just this, VP or Aspen, and then some Moth Balls. I'll explain this later about the Moth Balls. Another option would be, if you don't want to run your gas, don't want to run it all out, what you can do is use fuel stabilizer to just put into it to help keep the fuel fresh for several months, because the gasoline nowadays contains up to 10% ethanol, and it only has a shelf life between 30 to 90 days. So it's best to just run it all out, or just by treating the fuel with stabilizer. So basically my preferred method is just empty it all out and then refill the fuel tank with an engineered fuel. In case if y'all are wondering on why I'm doing that, now even though if you do run this thing completely out of gas, there will still be some residual fuel left into the carburetor, and there's just enough in it to where it can cause you problems. So I would do this method here, is just run the remaining gas out, put the true fuel in just to get the remaining fuel burned out of the carburetor. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to finish mowing here, and I'm going to keep on going until I run this thing out of gas, and then we will refill the fuel tank with true fuel. And so I will do that right now. Okay, so we are out of gas. So now we're going to put the true fuel in. I'm going to actually just show this to y'all, just to at least so y'all get a look at seeing that I'm actually putting the true fuel in the mower. This is a brand new product. It's never been opened before. Alright, here we go. Oops, a little bit of spillage. Well, it's a little bit tough here to do this in the wind, but y'all get the idea. So just let the thing run with true fuel for about 5 minutes, and then it should be good. Okay, so the mower's all filled up with true fuel. I ended up moving it over here just to be out of the wind, because it made filling this thing up very difficult. And I also grabbed a funnel too, just to stick it in. So now let's start it back up. Whenever if I do start this thing, it'll probably would want to start and then die, so I'll probably have to work the choke back and forth in order to keep this thing running. So let's see. Yep. She needs the choke. There we go. So just let your unit run for about 5 minutes, or, which in this case for me, I'm going to finish up mowing here. And so your fuel system has now been treated for the winter time. And so now we'll move on to the next procedure. And once you're all done, what you want to do, you want to also clean up any grass that's on your deck, even over the deck. I actually took the belt covers off just to show y'all all of them. Just to want to remove all of this. Just, you can do it by hand, or you can take a leaf blower. And the same thing for, even for underneath. Most importantly, underneath. It's hard to really tell from underneath. Actually, I can see it doesn't look too bad. But over time, some grass clippings can get all stuck on from underneath the deck. Want to remove all that because that can cause the deck to rust. And next thing, also with your battery though. So every once in a while, if you happen to have one of these, one of those little trickle chargers, or otherwise known as a battery tender, plug them onto the battery and you can keep the battery active over time. Or if your battery has been on it for maybe a few years, then I would end up replacing the battery. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Okay, so now once you've got your lawn tractor put away and stored to keep it in for the entire winter, so next, take some mothballs and spread them all around the lawn tractor. So the purpose with the mothballs, it is to keep the rodents away from it. Because you know what happened to me a couple years ago, I actually had I had a mouse nest that built a nest from inside the engine shroud, and that really got me alarmed. And fortunately they didn't do no damage. Whenever rodents will build nests around the engines, eventually they will chew up your wires, all the electrical wires, the fuel lines, even the spark plug wires for the ignition coils. Yeah, whenever they do that, that could end up leading to very expensive repairs. I mean, you could also use dryer sheets, but I find that mothballs would work better just because they are, the smell of them, or the fragrance of them, they're much stronger. And so, yeah, there's nothing else that I can really think about on getting your lawn tractor stored for the winter, only except for if it's been a while, if you've done any sort of general maintenance though, I would go ahead and just do all that too. That would be within, like, replace your air filter, replace your spark plugs, replace your fuel filter, and change the oil, which in this case I've already done all that. And so, yeah, so that'll do it for this year. So that means I won't be getting this thing out again until the spring of 2024. But except what I might do during the winter time, I do need to replace the drive belt on this unit. That'll be a project that I can do during the winter time. So yeah, and it's starting to get a little late, so I'm gonna get everything closed up and I'm gonna head home so I can upload this video. And so hope y'all enjoyed this video, and so thanks for watching.